Hello and welcome to McMarket Studios. In this video, I'm continuing my M32 edit series, and we're still talking about effects. So today, we've got chorus. Now let's get right into it. So, this is a familiar scene for anyone who's watched my last couple effects videos. Obviously, I've got all effects up at the top, channel, my input channel, the effect returns, the effect sends, and the left, right, all the boring stuff. So let's get right into chorus. So, if you haven't heard chorus before, this is what it sounds like. It sounds a lot better when you hold a note. Da. You know, it's a lot more noticeable right now. It just sounds really weird, but so it's a lot more noticeable if I'm actually holding something, and like da, as opposed to just talking normally. You know, this sounds weird and almost jumbled, but da. Right, I'm just da, regular talk, da, regular talk. So, yeah. Anywho, that's basically what chorus sounds like. It's similar to delay and reverb, kind of a hybrid, almost, somewhere between. But I mean, there's more to it than that. You can go and look that up. So this is the speed of it. So I'll just chuck chorus on, and you'll hear it as it changes. You got this one up here. You can really hear that. It's really like repeating, like da da. So I'm making the same sound there, like da. So speed. So that changes how often, how like it repeats and stuff. So it's like doing it like really quickly and constantly, the higher, and then very slow and almost not noticeable. Then you got the width there. So I'll change these together. So it's all the way down, da, and then all the way up, da. It's all a lot wider and coming together a lot more, da. Da. You can probably hear that. These videos are especially good in headphones because you can hear the left-right changing. If you're just listening on one or whatever, maybe it doesn't even transfer across YouTube probably, but I'm hoping it does. So yeah, so it's best to be wearing headphones for these and trying to get that actual stereo width. Then we've got the delay and how that changes. So we start here and it almost sounds just like regular talking. You can go all the way up and you can hear the delay like 50 milliseconds after I'm talking. You can hear me again, and it's pretty off-putting when you're talking, so I'm going to turn that off because it's annoying. So yeah, so for most of these I haven't worked a lot with chorus. I usually stick about the default settings the band has. But you can obviously adjust it to ear, like everything else. I haven't worked that much, so I'm not going to give you like plenty of recommendations on how I do it, because I don't use that much chorus. But just because I haven't had an opportunity, I haven't had a need or opportunity really. But I do like it. I'll probably use it more. Reverb's sort of my go-to. But after preparing for this, listening to it a bit, I was like, man, that sounds really good. So mix is pretty obvious. That just determines how much of it goes through. So if we get it like really strong, like da, yeah, it just. So if you turn it all the way down, it just passes through without the chorus doing anything. And you turn it all the way up, and it has its full effect. Da, which is all cool. Similar to bypassing it, but you got to decide how much of the effect you want to take. Low cut and high cut. Basic sort of stuff. They're in every effect. You know what they are. Cuts the lows, cuts the highs. Simple. Phase. That's about polarity and phase. We talked about this in an earlier episode. It's pretty boring in here, so I'm not going to go over it. But go check that episode out. Then we got the wave. So you can hear that there and there, and that just sort of changes. Sort of what kind of wave, whether it's triangular or sine wave, and what wave it is when it's doing the chorus. It might not really be able to notice it. It's not as big a change as some of the others. And then you've got the spread here. So da da. So that's sort of a panning thing. And if you have it all the way out, it's sort of like the left right panned all the way out and going all out over the, if you had a left right panned 100%, and if you have it at 0, it's like they're both panned at 0, and they're all the way in. So it's good to have spread on it, especially for an effect. Have it far out, but you can bring it in, changes the sound, but you might want to pick somewhere in between. So here's one more cool thing about this effect, which does apply to a few others, as you can see them up here. We've got the stereo delay and the chorus. So you've got this tap where basically you press it to the song, to the beat of the song, and then it changes the speed. So you can see if I press it really quick, the speed goes all the way up to 5, but then I can press it a bit slower, and the speed starts to come down. And that's sort of what we're looking for. So that's a really cool setting, and you can route that to your assignables, and then you can just have it on the side of the desk, punching away. The default actually starts with a tap punch in one of the assignables. But yeah, you can totally set that up yourself and get it going. So that's a cool function that Behringer has on these, and that's for any of the ones that have the delay and chorus and anything that would need that sort of a thing. So I hope you really enjoyed that video, and I hope you've been able to learn lots. I've know a lot more about chorus now than you did before. It's a great effect, and that tap feature can come in very handy in a lot of use cases. So if you have learnt something, or if you have any more questions, drop it down in the comments down below. Let's all help each other out. Don't forget, I do have social media you can go check out. They're linked in the description. Let's go do some audio.